Something else that I think that I took away from today, and to me, this was a major fear, and it opened a fear, and it's that left tackle position. And I'm gonna finish out the show with this. If you've been here before and you've listened to me, you know I'm not very confident in Braxton Jones. I'm not very confident that he's going to turn into the left tackle of your future. I'm not very confident that he's going to go out there and he's going to be the best player on the field night in and night out. I'm just not. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if that offends you. I'm sorry if that hurts your feelings. I'm sorry. Like I'm just not a big believer that all of a sudden he's going to go out there and he's going to figure out the bull rush and all of that stuff. But what I will say is this. I am 0% a believer that Larry Borom can be our backup left tackle. 0%. Well, Pat, what do you mean? I have watched 3 sacks this training camp. 3 sacks that every single one of them was because Larry Borom got beat. And the offensive line is already a fear for me. You don't have the center position locked up. You would assume that Braxton Jones is going to be back out there. I think they expect Braxton to be back out there sooner than later, but you don't have that center position locked up. You've got a ton of question marks around it. You're still trying to figure things out. And you've got a left tackle out there as a backup who just is nothing that resembles an NFL player. And that's tough to see. Like it is really concerning to me because your next option, and I get it, we're high on him. I was a guy pre-draft that said you should go draft him. I said, listen, go out, you draft him. You want this guy on your team. He's a good player to have. And I'm talking about Karan Amageji. This is the kind of player that you want. I'm fine with him being here. But your backup left tackle is a rookie. And while I would love for him to immediately take that step, very similar to how Braxton Jones can, your backup left tackle also isn't taking part in your summer programming. So now you're heading into the season with a backup left tackle who probably is Larry Borom. Even if Karan is healthy and ready to go, is he ready to go? That's the position you're in. And that's to me why I wanted to address this position. Because here's the thing. Braxton Jones isn't going anywhere. If Braxton Jones becomes your backup left tackle, you're in a great position. You're in a great situation on your offensive line. If you go out and draft the left tackle, and y'all know who I wanted, and you know who I wanted. There were multiple people I wanted in left tackle, but also you go out and draft a center. I'd have been happy with that too. But either way, my thing is you've got too many questions at too many positions on your offensive line. Go down the line. Braxton Jones, can he stop a bull rush? We'll see. Tevin Jenkins, can he stay healthy for 17 games? We'll see. Ryan Bates, as of now, I'm assuming that he may win this starting center job. Hearing from Tevin Jenkins yesterday that he's one of the most vocal people in the locker room and he's one of the vocal leaders. But Ryan Bates, he hasn't played center. Nate Davis, he is working some trust back in by continuing to be at camp. So I'll hold off slander on Nate Davis, at least until we see him in a game. The only answer I got is Darnell Wright. And by the way, he's in his 2nd year. By the way, over 200 in a check. 200. Shout out to the Twitter side, man. Twitter side leading the way today. 121. YouTube side, only 86 in the building, but only 30 likes on the video. That's crazy, dog. Y'all rocking with me, but you're not rocking with me. Insanity, but that's okay. Now, I will say this. If healthy, you don't have as many questions. But if healthy is the question for two of them. If healthy is the question for both of your guard positions. By the way, if you miss out on them, you got Matt Pryor in. And probably Ryan Bates going to the other side. And then you get Coleman Shelton stepping in as your starting center. Oh, by the way, he's not good at pass pro. He's more of a run blocker. I have serious concerns now at the left tackle position because not to say that Braxton Jones won't be healthy. Braxton Jones had a pretty much healthy season his first season. Second season dealt with some concussion issues and different things. Misses time. It's football. It happens. But you realize that your question mark right now, and we won't be able to tell everything until the pads come on, but your biggest question mark right now on the opposite side of this thing is, hey, who's backing up Braxton Jones if he goes down? Who are you putting in? The guy that missed all of camp? The guy that missed all of his rookie processing? That's who you're putting in? The young guy from Yale? That's who you're putting in? And I'm excited about what he can be, but we haven't seen what he can be. Going up against Boston College is very different than going up against the Tennessee Titans. And so, listen, that's my only concern right now. Outside of that, everything else has felt. Now, as we get to camp, I'd say this: Friday is the day. We got an adjustment on this. Friday is the day that the Bears put on pads, and I think Friday and Saturday. I think we get it back to back. So that's when we'll really see it, right? That's when we'll get to see, okay, what do these guys look like? What are they really doing out there? Because you can't tell anything right now. Javon Dexter looks like a monster out there. He's blowing through the line every other step. Yeah, I mean, like there's a ton of good right now on both sides of the line. But when you put the pads on, oh, trust me, you're going to be able to see. Because you've got a defensive line that every single person we ask about on that line. We asked DeMarcus Walker yesterday. We asked Javon Dexter today. I think we asked Andrew Billings today. What is going to happen if we or not what's going to happen? Are you excited to put on pads? And they look like a dog on a chain with a stake 2 feet just out of reach. You should have seen Javon Dexter today. What are you ready to put on? I can't wait. Oh, I'm ready. Like them boys on the offensive line better be ready. So we'll see what it ends up being. I think my thing is right now, can we find some answers in this training camp? I think that we found answers at multiple receiver positions. That to me is a guarantee. I think you found answers. I'll say this before I get up out of here. This is my last thing before I get out of here. You may have a young man, and everybody's talking about how can you get rid of this guy? How can you move on from this guy? We talked about Khalil Herbert. Khalil Herbert's having a phenomenal camp. Like I said yesterday, or I said yesterday on the podcast, I also posted a solo video talking about how, listen, Khalil Herbert he's going to make some people nervous about moving on from him if that is the decision that is made. But you can feel a little bit better about it when you know that there's a young man like Ian Wheeler who's probably just a practice squad guy, but who's also having a phenomenal camp. And he is somebody to watch. He's a UFDA out of Howard. I mean, he's fast. He's very, very impressive. He gets off of he gets off of his spot so fast. And the one play to me, it would have broken for a touchdown. In my mind, it was a touchdown. You see him coming up to the line. They turn around. Caleb hands the football off to him. He cuts right so fast, and like nobody's there. And it's just right up the right sideline, turned on the Jets, and he's gone. And we saw him do that a couple of times today. Always look out for the cheap camp running back. Always look out for the cheap camp running back. Always, I'm telling you. That's the most dangerous dude to whoever's the starter in the rotation. That's the most dangerous dude. Because if I can find a cheaper, and Khalil Herbert's cheap, he's $1 million. If I can find a cheaper option than $1 million that knows the system, makes it dangerous, man. Makes it dangerous. But hey, I appreciate you guys for tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. No training camp tomorrow. So we'll probably just have, I don't know what we're doing tomorrow. We'll probably still break down kind of what we're seeing, just break down the first, week and maybe preview what we got coming up in this Hall of Fame game in a couple of weeks. But we'll figure that out. Definitely let you guys know. Like I said, if you guys have not been getting notified when we go live or when we post videos, YouTube has been on games, jump in the Discord. In the Discord, we drop every single video, every bit of breaking news. We're dropping videos. I tried to drop videos the day of training camp, but we drop our tweets in there, all of that stuff so that you can keep up with everything that is going on over on the YouTube side. And if you haven't pressed that notification bell, hit that notification bell as well so that maybe you being one of the new ones can get notified when we go live. Appreciate you guys for tuning in and showing love. Hey, yo, it's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Bear down. One love. Peace.